Jake and I are starting off our walk by working on a version of Super Bowls. This one is invisibowls, meaning there's no stations, but I'm still looking for that up-down loop of a pattern. Jake looks at me. I reinforce that look by placing a treat at my feet. I use the cue find it when he looks at me just to tell him where the treat is, but I am reinforcing that moment he looks at me. Go get it, cookie toss. Taking a little break, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to start putting the pattern into my goals of getting out the door, but making sure I have Jake's attention. So there was one with door closed, one with door open. Do I still have his attention? I do. Door opens a little more. Do I still have, is he still in the loop? I lost the loop. So I'm gonna do, are you turn away, go get it. Did that earlier during the warm-up, so we'd have some practice, and I'm gonna start over again. So I'm looking to do 3. Door closed, door open, and right outside the front door. And at that point, I'm going to roll into a management walk, and we're just going to get out of the yard and work away from the front yard. And on our walk back, we will work in our front yard, because in the front yard, he's a little more protective, a little bit more likely to yell at somebody walking by. So we're going to set him up for success until we get out the front door. That's very nice. Do I have his attention? He's looking out the door. Pretty easily re-engaged with me, so I just stayed there and offered another treat. So I can make different decisions. I could have done the emergency U-turn. I can let him look because there's nobody quite outside the door right now. They're not at least in front of the house. There are people immediately to the right, which he can hear. And let's go get a cookie toss. I'm going to start over because he was really walking out the door without me, not really checking in with me. So again, the pattern I'm looking for before I go for the walk is loop here, treat, look at me, open door, treat, look at me, step outside, treat, look at me. So here again, he might stall out. I don't know what'll happen. He's looking around, and we're going back inside. Maybe because there was something going on, maybe because he really couldn't stay in the loop. And I'm just going to start over again. So we are not going to walk until I get those 3 invisible cookies in the loop. He's so cute. He's such a cute. What are we doing now? I have no idea. We might be going to put the head halter on. Because I might be thinking we can actually get out for the walk. Or not. Maybe I was just grabbing some more good treats. Good boy. Open the door. Good boy. I love that attention. Nice loose body language. Good boy. So I'm not quite stepping out the door just because he's kind of spending some time looking outside. So when I'm reinforcing with a couple more cookies here, what I'm doing is saying, I love that you're looking outside, but you're not barking and the leash is loose. We're going to go outside, pause there, try to get a little up-down loop. We're coming back inside. I think it was at this point in time that I realized, you know, it would be really nice, because I think that one looked pretty perfect outside the door. It'd probably be nice to then roll into the walk itself. But I'm going to practice again, because this is our first time getting back out for walks in a while. Do I have his attention? He's doing so well. Do you see how much faster we're getting outside now? We've brought down the arousal by repeating this pattern and making it a little boring. Boring. Oh. I'll be back in a second. I know what happens here. Good job. Nothing much. Just came back in to practice a little more. So I did a lot of practice with just leash to martingale. And I know that I actually want to walk him on the head halter. He's like, hi, what are you doing? So there we go. There's the head halter, because that last one really went so beautifully. I'm like, okay, if this happens again, I really want to head out for the walk. And my walk is just going to be get outside of the yard and go for that walk. Love that he's wagging his tail as I introduce the head halter. Again, he knows what it is. He's not avoiding me. Very comfortable. Doesn't love the head halter, but for us it's a good management tool while we're trying to survive in the city. Okay, start the loop over. So this takes us about 5 minutes to actually get out and go for the walk, and it was worth every bit of my time. I would rather have a shorter walk, but our walk starts off being successful. He's engaged, his arousal is low. I definitely feel like I have all of those components before we finally get to go for the walk.
Let's
We come back
go.
in, go get a cookie toss. This is just us practicing our emergency U-turn. And part of the reason is because there really are a couple people in the yard right next to us doing construction. So I'm spending a lot of time making